Hey, good morning, good day, fellow babies. Welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We are hopeful that you are watching as a Patreon patron. If you are, thank you so much. You're getting it real time. We also are hopeful that you have figured out how to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon account. If you can do that, we're getting paid there as well. So you're getting it real time. And if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, that'll work for us as well. If you can't do any of those things, if you don't have the money, I totally get it. Then you're watching a week late. But again, we appreciate your patronage. At a minimum, please follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Today's question from SIFTD, from I think it's JL Morgan. Will Amazon, Google, Sony, or Xbox win the game streaming war? Could Google or Amazon purchase one of the major publishers or developers to help the cause? Amazon's going to win, but the reason they're going to win is less because of streaming and more because of distributed computing. And I answered this in a prior episode. They're smart enough to put a console out there. So they started with Luna. Well, they started with game studios and didn't really work. Then they went with Luna, which is streaming only. Interestingly, Luna is run by Mark Whitten, who runs kind of the Amazon devices division. So all the Echo stuff reports into him. Trust me, there's an Echo coming. They haven't announced it. They haven't told me. I just know that they're working on this. So they're going to do distributed computing, and I think that's going to win because I think that Google hasn't figured out how to do this yet. Microsoft still got cross purposes with the Xbox, and so they haven't figured out the cheap console yet. Sony is just not even a factor in streaming, so it pretty much leaves Amazon. Could anybody purchase one of the major publishers or developers to help the cause? Sure. Microsoft bought Bethesda, which is pretty major. I think any of them could. The problem with EA is that EA has licensed content. And so Disney wouldn't want Star Wars content only available on one platform. And EA has also sports. FIFA and Madden couldn't be only on one platform. Take-Two has basketball, same thing. So, it doesn't make economic sense to buy a publisher and then put all the content only on one console. But if you're Amazon and you're going to expand the market, one thing you could do is buy those guys and say, look, we're just putting it on the Amazon Echo device first, and then it will be available on Xbox and PlayStation a month later or 2 months later. So we're going to give people an incentive to put our content. To buy our consoles so they can get the content earlier. I think all the third parties would probably allow that. I don't know if Amazon's smart enough or bold enough to spend that kind of money. Amazon's only made one purchase that was over $10 billion, which was Whole Foods, and they got 450 stores and 4.5 or 5 billion of revenue from that. Some of that, maybe more than that. Now 16 billion of revenue. So they paid like 1 time's revenue. There's no way they can afford to buy EA at 3 times that or Activision at 4 times that. So I don't see it. Afford is the wrong thing. No chance they will afford it. They can afford it, but I doubt that they do it. It's not in their DNA to go pay up for something like that. But again, I've been wrong before, so I don't think so. And I guess that's kind of the answer. So again, Amazon wins. Nobody buys a publisher. If any publishers do get acquired, it'll be the smaller ones. So it'll be Ubisoft and Take-Two. And they're not small, but Take-Two's like 20 billion or something, and Ubi's probably 15 billion, so they're not cheap. So I just don't see it, but I mean, they could have done it back when all these stocks were cheap. Take-Two when GTA came out was at 17, it's at 170 now. You could have bought it 90% ago, but I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. And if you're a Patreon patron, we really appreciate it. Our Twitch Prime customers who have linked their Twitch Prime account to their Amazon Prime account, thank you, we're getting paid. Our YouTube subscribers, thank you, we're getting paid. Everybody else, thanks for indulging us.